Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're facing a bit of a crisis of faith. Do we order the pepperoni feast from Domino's, or do we order the pepperoni lovers from Pizza Hut, or do we go with a third untried option? In any event, while the gravity of that situation hangs over my head like a sword, let's take a look at Hera playing as the Burmese in blue, take on MbL playing as the Portuguese in yellow. Now, while the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings and try to go up to Feudal as fast as possible, let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Burmese, a civilization that was recently changed significantly in my opinion, is one that focuses on their mounted units. Their battle elephants automatically come with extra armor, can be upgraded to get even more armor. Their cavalry can be upgraded to get a powerful +4 attack boost against archers, and their unique unit, the Arambai, is a ranged cavalry unit that throws darts at its opponents with absolutely horrible accuracy, but even darts that miss do 100% damage to any unit they land on, compared to the usual 50% damage of other archer units. Now, to support and protect their mounted units, especially their elephants, on the field of battle, the Burmese can actually have two pretty cool routes they can take. The first, if you want to go infantry, all Burmese infantry get a progressive attack boost starting in Feudal, all the way up to a free +3 attack boost in Imperial. Or if you want to go the monk route, monastery techs are 50% cheaper, and to help you pay for them, take a look at this cool feature. We are going to take a look at Hera's line of sight. Notice anything on the minimap? You start the game knowing exactly where all of the relics are on the map. How super cool is that? We'll see if Hera decides to make use of this feature. While he pulls an elephant, will he take damage? Yes, he does. We are still on the prowl for villagers that do not take damage pulling rhinos and elephants, because they just move so fast. In any event, to build the infrastructure that's needed to start pumping out huge amounts of units, all lumber camp techs are free for the Burmese. Now, across the Arrakis Desert Sea, we've got MbL playing as the Portuguese in yellow, a mixed land-based and naval civilization whose economic bonuses really allow it to take advantage of its very strong gunpowder units to get an early game boost to your economy. Portuguese foragers, after constructing, probably will be this guy, also generate wood while they collect berries. Let's see if MbL can pull off a flawless elephant pull as it waddles its adorable wrinkly butt towards the town center. Yes, he does. Fantastic out of MbL. Now, all Portuguese units cost less gold. All technologies are researched 25% faster, except going up to the next age. And once you hit Imperial, you can build the unique economic structure of the Portuguese, the Feitoria. This is a building that generates all 4 resources with the same efficiency as 9 villagers, but does take 20 population space. Hera deciding not to attack these villagers. I wonder why. A few pokes and prods might go a long way. Who knows? MbL circling the back of Hera's base. Now, using all of their super powerful economic bonuses and features, the Portuguese can field a pretty impressive gunpowder army. To start with, they have access to every single non-unique gunpowder in the game on both land and sea, although sea doesn't really apply to this map. All of those gunpowder units can be upgraded to fire more accurately at moving targets and to increase the speed of their projectiles. Look at this, Hera, magnanimous Hera sending back a goat. And by the way, that Arquebus unique technology, the one that I mentioned that increases the speed of their projectiles, among other things, strongly benefits their unique unit, the organ gun. This is a gunpowder siege unit that fires 5 or 6 bullets in a small spread, designed to hit multiple units at the same time, and does come with a small attack boost against infantry, skirmishers, and buildings. So we'll see, these are 2 very fun civilizations. The Portuguese generally rushing their butts up to Castle Age to start making use of their organ guns. Although lately we've seen, oh, look at Hera, housed for a moment, although not really relevant because he is going up to Feudal. And is there a barracks? There is. So if you wanted to put on some pressure, oh no, look at that. Militia is the 20th. In any event, the Portuguese meta, I was about to say, seems to be more archer heavy now than it is rushing up to castle. And I don't mind that at all. What that might be problematic though for MbL, because if you watched my June patch update video, and if you haven't, by the way, I highly recommend that you do. I think I did a pretty good job with it. Not gonna lie, I'm not the kind of person, let me put it like this, I'm not the kind of person to pat himself on the back unnecessarily. I'm a very honest person. I accept criticism, critique, constructive, of course. Don't be a dick. Don't write mean, nasty things. But constructive criticism, those of you who have commented on videos past and will comment on videos future will see or have seen. I take input very seriously. And so when I tell you I think I did a good job, I really mean it. I think I did a pretty damn good job with that June update video. It was released a little late because it took a lot longer than I thought. I was very cocky when my son was born 2 months ago. I thought I would take a week off, get back into live streaming, start pumping out all this kind of content. And now 2 months later, I haven't showered in a week. I'm basically eating Domino's or Pizza Hut. My health has basically plummeted. Think of me as starting the game with full HP like the Scout. And think of me 2 months ago, and now with a newborn, think of me as the Scout as he's going to be in a second. Oh no, oh, he got lucky there. I thought the Spearman would definitely take a pot shot at him. And anyway, you guys get the point. The bottom line is, I don't even know what the hell point I was making. I think I did a pretty good job with that video, but here's the point I was making. If our Portuguese does follow the current popular meta, or one of the two, I mean, there's archer play, or there is rushing up to castle to get gunpowder, organ guns out. If he goes the archer play, the Burmese have an incredibly powerful castle age. If you're not familiar, if you haven't watched the June update, you don't care, you just want to watch the game, play the game, whatever. The Burmese technology that gave their mounted units, their cavalry, and when I say mounted units, I mean all of their mounted units, all of their cavalry units, now get a +4 attack. It used to be +5, now it's +4 against archer units. That used to be an Imperial Age upgrade. Now it's a Castle Age upgrade. And Castle Age is generally when crossbows are out, elite skirmishers are out. And these guys, the Burmese, their cavalry line in Castle Age is pretty damn good. They're not missing any upgrades. I mean, they don't have any special features. You know, they're not cheaper. They don't come with Mongol extra HP. They're not produced faster, etc. But for a civilization that doesn't have any features, special features, they are pretty damn good in their cavalry line in Castle Age. And so if MbL decides to go archers, as he may do, as we take a look at the top right of our screen, we see 6 archers in production. If Hera decides to go Castle Age, I mean... I shouldn't say if he decides to go Castle Age. He's obviously going to want to go Castle Age. I mean, it's hard to win a game against an opponent in Castle if you're stuck in Feudal. Not impossible, but hard. MbL might find himself in some trouble. And I think if again, I highly recommend you watch that video I put out a few days ago, because my top winners among them were the Burmese. And I think they are just going to be an absolute deadly. I said move aside Shravamsharider. Burmese cavalry is about to enter the chat and start wrecking archers. Spearmen, on the other hand, absolutely not. Move aside civilizations, even like the Goths. I mean, the Huskarl, with the extra bonus against archers, with extra armor against archers. But cavalry is cavalry. Cavalry moves 50% faster than a Huskarl. And so you trade that extra bonus and you still get a +4 attack. And you get all that... oh, sorry, wrong. There it is at the bottom. 1.55 movement speed. I mean, depending which cavalry unit you have. In any event, that is my PSA about the Burmese. That's why when I saw these 2 civs, I was pretty excited. Not only are these, as always, I mean, these games that I cast, I love the players. They showcase all the best parts of the game, and I love casting these players. Plus, they play a lot, and when they play a lot, I mean, Hera is the #1 player in the world, I would say, right now, and there's a reason for that. Look at his play history. The man plays a lot of Age of Empires. MbL plays a lot of Age of Empires, and so they just have so many fun games. But, you know, if it was Burmese versus, I don't know, Teutons, I'd be a little less excited. I mean, who doesn't love to see the Teutons? But against the Portuguese, MbL housed as he hits as he starts going up to castle. Portuguese, especially with the current meta. I mean, the gunpowder units, don't get me wrong. If he goes hand cannoneer, he might be in trouble as well. The other units, bombard cannons, organ guns, the Burmese have no special attack against them as far as I'm aware. Those don't technically count as archer units. The organ gun, I think, counts as a siege unit, a unique unit, and a gunpowder unit. I don't think it actually counts as an archer unit. So we'll see how the game progresses. In any event, enough ranting. Diatribe over. Let's take a look at the bases. Hera has walled himself a nice little corner of the map. Not too sure how he plans on defending this if it ever comes under attack, but we'll see. Neither here nor there. Primary stone exposed in the front. Primary gold nice and secure in the back. No villagers on stone. Tell us he is not interested in getting up a castle anytime soon. We'll see if he invests some of that stone in a second town center. Right as he hits castle, we'll keep an eye out on the mini-map and see what he does. Our Portuguese primary gold also nice and secure in the back. Primary stone also forming part of his wall off, just like Hera's. Archery range, barracks, blacksmith, market in the back. I love this double wall off, by the way. This is fantastic. Instead of a stone for a stone wall, just dump a bunch of houses, make it a bit harder for your opponent to bust in, like an early radar system, an early detection. What was it in Battlestar Galactica? I recently started rewatching the 2000 and early 2000 Battlestar Galactica. Man, what an awesome show. DRADIS, the DRADIS system. Sorry, am I nerding out a little bit too much referencing Battlestar Galactica? Not the old show. Not the one from like the 70s or 80s, but the new one. Man, what an incredible show. What an awesome show. In any event, early detection system, your opponent has to bust in through a lot more, giving you a lot more time to defend, whereas Hera is literally 250 HP away from having somebody bust into his base here. But his knights are out, his cavalry is out. No villagers on stone yet. He is just doing what? He's going horses, husbandry, wheelbarrow for his villagers off the back of 39 villagers. There it is. There's the second town center. At the same time as the second town center goes for our Portuguese, goes down for our Portuguese. He's more interested in stone. Hera more interested in gold. Both players currently have 0 villagers on stone. Uh-oh. Lion paid the price. Did he get any damage done? Looks like the Lion took the knight down to half health. I'm of course kidding. But let's see MbL. MbL has to be careful here. This is not a lot of archers. And now siege is in play. Any additional buildings for our players? So we've got just the one stable, just the one siege workshop, the barracks, a third town center for Hera. So we're not going to get to see, after going on about it for what, 5 minutes? Oh my god. Oh, if you've watched this channel before, you know this happens to me all the time. I go off, I say something's going to happen. I go off about it, I give my opinions, whether you agree, disagree, whatever. And then it doesn't happen, the opposite happens. He's got 0 villagers on stone. He's blown his entire stone bankroll. Somehow Spearman survived. Did he have the high ground? He's dumped all of his stone into building town centers. He is down 2 villagers. Pike upgrade heading our way for the Portuguese. He sees all of this cavalry. And he's continuing to build archer units. More crossbows. 1 more at the moment. Might want to invest in some armor upgrades for these guys, but at the moment they are running away. Siege is enough. What's the vision? Oh, look at Hera's vision. He sees just the tip of this army. This army sees just the tip of Hera. So both of them seeing just enough to know where the other is. But what Blue doesn't see is this army coming in from the left side. Is MbL setting a trap here? It certainly looks like it. Oh, but a bit of mistiming here. Monks going after the knights. Crossbows move in, have to be careful from the mangonel. Lightcap tries to snipe the monk, gets nothing done. Instead, the scorpion gets the snipe. Crossbows engaged to the right. Oh, will he get one more and he gets him? Oh, sour loss here so far for MbL. Has managed to do a good job lowering the HP of these knights. And Out of all the units on the field of battle, the mangonel manages to kill the melee units. Not these units, which it's designed to kill and shoo away and intimidate and scare, but these guys. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. That was absolutely epic. Even though it's just 3 pikemen, this is why I love casting these games. It's just, again, the mangonel usually built to deter ranged units from, you know, you create a bit of an area of attack around your units. You keep your melee units safe. To kill other melee units is always fun to watch. To pancake them, as I like to say, converted pikeman turns on his brethren and rushes away, but they say not today, and they stab him in the back with a bunch of crossbow bolts. More monks moving forward. Scorpion moving north will get nothing. Oh no, maybe we'll get something. The crossbows move to engage the Scorpion. The army on the left, army group left, runs away from a monk, runs away from the siege. Army group right. Confusion among MbL's camp here as the armies collide in the middle of the desert. Not knowing where to go gives Hera time to close the distance here. He's got 7 villagers on stone. Finally, 8 villagers, though, for our Portuguese. No player getting up a castle. Okay, he's going after the siege. Good move here by MbL, moving forward with the crossbows at the perfect moment, dodging both of the volleys of the mangonel. Saves his 2 monks. Oh my god, look at the HP on this monk. Literally on death's door. On death, what is it? On his deathbed? On death's door? On deathbed? I don't know what the hell the expression is. Sometimes in the middle of a cast, as I'm sure you guys notice, I will say wood instead of food. I'll point to this unit and I say, look at this crossbow when it's a pikeman, and look at this pikeman when it's a crossbow. Sometimes I get my expressions mixed up. The brain is focusing on, oh, nice attack round there. Another one shitty. A third one shitty. MbL dodging. You know, you don't want to overheat the old brain. And look at our Burmese. I said they see all the relics on the map. Hera says, I got you. I got you, man. And takes all 5 relics. What an amazingly powerful bonus that is. What an amazingly cool feature. 2 attack rounds. But there are monks here. 3 in total. Are all 3 of them here in the forward position? No, only 2. Only 1. Okay, crossbows on the high ground should withstand a good amount of punishment from this mangonel and kill it. It's exactly what happens. Castle. Hera must have seen this, right? Yeah, he sees the castle going up, so he knows it's now his moment to shine. He needs a castle as well. Because when your opponent gets a castle, you get jealous. You want one of your own. He needs just 40 more stone. Will he buy? Will he be patient and mine it? Looks like he's being patient and mining it. He now has enough. Knight? Knight? What are you doing? That was a waste of a knight. No castle yet for our Burmese, and now the organ guns are out. Let's see if I was right about their armor. Gunpowder, siege unique unit, in addition to the melee and pierce. Yeah, so this is not an archer, so this won't take... I knew it. When one gets a castle, the other gets a castle. Interesting location. I mean, we saw yesterday Hera basically getting a Pyrrhic victory with the castle. If you haven't seen the game, super fun game. I'm gonna, you know, I'm like I said, I wouldn't say something if it's not true. I'm a very honest person, you know. Although keep in mind, anyone who basically tells you they're an honest person is usually a liar. Oh man, but yesterday's game with Hera was super fun. Another town center for him. What is this, the 4th? That being said, our Portuguese already on 4, already building a second castle. Hera 14 villagers on stone. Sanctity. I screwed this up last time. Look at this, all 5 relics. Does he care that Sanctity costs a little bit more now? No, he does not. He is even sacrificing knights. Although manages to save this one with 11 HP. Where are you guys going? That is unfortunate. I feel like these organ guns should have at least gotten a monk. But he reveals that he has organ guns now. He has stopped There it is. Manipur cavalry, cavalry +4 attack on every single cavalry unit against archers. And out of 24 army supply, our Portuguese, 17 of that is archer units. But our Portuguese first to reach Imperial. Let's take a look at this. Take a look now. Archer +4. I think this is one of the biggest changes in the June patch, honestly. The Vietnamese got changed as well, with the economic research being twice as fast and a cheaper Imperial skirmisher upgrade. But I think switching Manipur cavalry to Castle Age and Howdah, which is the Burmese tech that gives their elephants +1/+1 extra +1/+1 armor to Imperial, was massive. And I think the Burmese are going to see a huge spike against archer civilizations in Castle Age. Has he seen this castle? I mean, yeah, he has. I forgot there were knights here before. And now look, all of a sudden, knights prowling to the right, now knights prowling to the left. And they find a small gaggle of troops here. Where the hell is our Portuguese army? And why is it not here? Oh, no, there it is. Always look for outlines in this game. Beautiful moves here out of MbL. Beautiful moves. Hera is going to take the organ guns, but he is going to pay a hefty price. And he sees the trebuchet. So Hera has poked himself into the back here. Oh, pikeman is probably not what he wanted to see, but he has enough units. He can... Oh no, I was going to say he can take them without losing any of his, but nah, that was absolutely wrong. No archer units here for this body of cavalry, but you know what there is here? A bunch of juicy villager kills. And Hera with a very aggressive forward castle. Villagers moving forward. The cowardly lion is coward no more as he charges and rushes to attack her. She turns around. She's on the low ground. I think we've established that the line gets a high ground advantage. 28, 26, 23. So 1 or 2. No, maybe not. I thought they got the high ground extra 25% damage. In any event, town centers are enough to shoo these knights away. What are their armors? +2/+2 is not bad. Oh my goodness. What the hell is this? 20 army supply is on the left side of the map, while big old trebuchet balls start falling on the right side to get rid of Hera's castle. Was this a distraction castle? I mean, it's at 62%. He can cancel it now, get a third of the resources back. It still has 1600 HP. He doesn't have any villagers here to repair it. No, he's got to cancel this, right? Yeah, he cancels it. So I got about a third of those resources back, not the end of the world. But he wants this town center to get down to 20%. He needs 480 HP so it evicts its tenants and he can ransack them. Oh, look at MbL deleting his own house. There it is at 480. It's repaired. Get your butts back in there. But this is not good. Usually through a choke point with a town center at their back, I would say run away, Hera. Actually, you know what? With the organ guns on the left and the numerical superiority, MbL's got this. Okay. I mean, doesn't have the resources yet to upgrade these guys to Arbalests, but oh no. Hera, 15 seconds away from being an Imperial himself, does have this castle up here, does manage to get the neutral stone. What are his resources like? Oh yeah, he needs more wood. He doesn't have enough wood for a treb even. Oh no, crossbows get caught out. Light cav in a second are going to have even more armor. They're going to train even faster. By the way, I love MbL's garrisoning and ungarrisoning of units. It is so strategic and well done. Saves himself, but take a look at the villager kill. Take a look. 30 villagers Hera's killed to the 6 of his opponent. He needs arbalests and he needs pike and he needs them now. I mean, he needs arbalests and he needs halberdiers, but if I had to choose between one of those, I'd say arbalests right now. Remember, Portuguese units all cost 20% less gold, except this guy. The Feitoria has been dropped, another one being dropped. Remember, each one of these is 20 supply, So while the supplies might look similar, 136 to 158, 40 of that Portuguese supply is in a structure. So not actual military, but organ guns clean up to the south, to the north. The army's been shooed away. Random goat that was not taken, I guess, by MbL in the early parts of the game. Hera moves back, replaces the castle. MbL must see this. Of course he does. And Hera's unrelenting Cavaliers blast furnace. He is going to have fully upgraded heavy cavalry very, very quickly at the same time as 3 freaking trebuchets show up. I mean, this is an interesting move to go after the monastery. You know you have all 5 relics. I guess you don't want monks coming out, but the vast majority of your army is light cav. And now Hera's just everywhere. Lumber camp on fire. Big Trebball destroying this town center. At the same time, finds himself villagers here in the corner. Finds himself villagers here on the right. And Hera's villager lead is now double. Halberdiers are out. He ignored me. Went for the halberdier upgrade instead of arbalests. But MbL still has 25 army supply, 2 organ guns, 2 trebs, 8 halbs, 13 crossbows. This is an army that should give Hera pause. This is not an easy army to conquer with what Hera has, unless he gloms up his entire army into one giant death ball. Instead, he is choosing to take out the town centers of his opponent. This is like poking a dead body with a stick. This is like that scene in The Simpsons when Ralph goes, "Stop it, he's already dead." Why are you destroying town centers when you've knocked him down to 60 villagers? I mean, I guess Hera doesn't know he's knocked him down to 60 villagers. We do. Look at the flanking of the castle by 4 trebs. Each side of this square structure has a treb to it. And here we go. Hera moves in. Okay, halberdiers are busy here to the south, but the crossbows doing a pretty damn good job. If he loses these trebs, it might be GG here, but does manage to get up an emergency defensive castle. And just numbers here are what are saving MbL. Oh, his halberdiers are gone. He's got 9. How many of them are here? This is his entire halberdier force, and it is getting surrounded. No question why he GG'd there. Loses a treb, loses the halbs. Maybe if these guys were arbalests, they could withstand a little bit longer, but oh man, going after the university. Goat still giving Hera vision of the north. And our Burmese using... I mean, I'm glad I went on that 5-minute rant. What can I say? That was an absolutely super fun game. Wow. Look at that. MbL fighting to the last breath. Gets the castle knocked down to 30. I mean, he had more army supply. But you know what he doesn't have? The ability to rebuild his army. You know what? With the Portuguese feature of 20% less gold cost for every unit, not just one type of unit, all of their military units cost 20% less gold. Let's see what he had. 3 archery ranges. Was he producing anything out of these in the right before he died? Yeah, 5 crossbows, 7 halberdiers. You know what? It's not a terrible army. The problem is the 55 villagers. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Having a big army is one thing. Being able to rebuild it when you lose it is another thing. There are no monks here to heal this army. This is not an army that has longevity. It's crossbows with 35 HP. Hera, on the other hand, let's look at his structures. 12 stables, 72 villagers on food, 15 light cav building. Would have loved to see those turned into hussars. 3 cavaliers as well. And he has just knocked down 1. Where was it? I'm just going to point randomly. 2. 3 town centers, leaving our Portuguese with only 1. And even though it's nestled in the bosom of 2 castles, it is not safe forever, especially now that he lost one of his trebs, and especially now that these cavalry units from Hera can just turn left and kill this treb in a second, even though they're all going to die doing it. Doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at the stats. 92. Light cav 78. Crossbows. Hera sub 200 APM right at the end of the game. MbL, a bit more of a relaxed game at the mid mark of it. Economic, let's take a look at this. Yeah, I mean, come on. When you've got this many more villagers, it really looks like their villager counts were basically the same right up until what, the 25-minute mark. And then look at the blue line. I'm assuming the blue line is villager count, right? Or world population. What's this teal one? Total worker time LM, productive worker time LM. Okay, I don't know what the hell that. Sorry, guys. I thought this was villager count. In any event, more wood, more food, more gold, more stone. 3,000 extra gold for our Burmese is exactly why he has 3,000 or so more gold than his opponent. Otherwise, the gold count would be actually higher, I think, for our Burmese. Stone count, he has an extra 2.5 castles. Food, double the food. And about 4,000 more wood. How many converts? Okay, 6 and 3, not exactly the end of the world here. Kill count, our Burmese, let me forward to the end. Our Burmese managed to kill 207. 80 of those are villagers. You want to know why he won the game? Take a look at that number. And our Portuguese killed... look, our Portuguese killed more military units, but the 6 villager kill count hasn't changed in like, what, 40 minutes? 30 minutes? And Hera just swarming over his opponent. I'm glad we got to see Manipur cavalry. I wonder how much of an effect it had. He didn't really have a massive giant battle with these crossbows that I wanted. Instead, went a Raiden, destroyed all the town centers surrounding. I mean, take a look at the mini map. Look at Hera's entire control. Let's take a look at his vision. Look at that. Looks a little bit like Mickey Mouse, actually, right? If only there was a little circle here. That would be the adorable little mouse nose. But in any event, take a look at his vision. Take a look at yellow. MbL doesn't see anything. He doesn't know what the hell's going to pop out of the ether. He doesn't know what's coming at him, where it's coming from, and what kind of damage it can do. And so decides to tap out. Hera surrounds his opponent, gets that Manipur cavalry. I don't know if it played that big of a role in this game. I'm glad we got to see it because it validates the fact that I went on a bizarre 5-minute rant. And with it, Hera takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.